Hey, Slater Crusaders. A couple thoughts here about Iran. We're talking a lot about it lately, but I don't want to let this go because it's all still happening here. On my radio show, last couple of days, we've been talking about our cultural roots. And we did it a bit yesterday here on the TV show, too, with Richard Brookhiser. Remember his new book, Give Me Liberty, A History of America's Exceptional Idea. And he told the story of the very first groups of people to come to America and how they brought with them this idea of liberty, and they planted this cultural seed in American culture, which we still, well, I was going to say which we still have today. You wouldn't have noticed that watching the debate last night. It's not a super healthy tree right now, the Liberty Tree, but it was planted in the early 1600s, right? Those are, and you can even, if you read I'll Buy and Seed, which is something we'll talk about more as the election comes on, you can trace our cultural roots even further back to very specific towns in England, which is super fascinating. So we'll do that later. But cultural roots. Foreign Policy magazine did a really interesting story the other day, and it was called, Why Does China Have 1.4 Billion People and No Good Bands? Like music bands. And it was about this rock band from Mongolia and how they've been able to blend their traditional Mongolian chants and sounds and instruments that we've never seen or heard of before. They've been able to blend that with Western rock, and they've been able to do that and be super successful. There's one band in particular called The Who, H-U, and Mongolia has been able to do that, and they have 3 million people. And China has 1.4 billion people, yet they have no distinct cultural sound. And Foreign Policy magazine, the short of their story was that communists in China destroyed all traditional Chinese anything. The communists intentionally, with their Cultural Revolution and some other things, just destroyed all traditional Chinese art and culture and replaced it only with revolutionary art, only like government-sponsored and supported and mandated art. So we can't go on into it now. It's a super interesting article. It's worth reading. But I want to share this quote that we came across from Frank Zappa. By the way, Frank Zappa, not to undermine the genius of this quote, named his kids Moon Unit and Dweezil. We have a baby boy on the way. I have not yet broached that with my wife, but maybe Dweezil. I think Moon Unit is his daughter. So Dweezil, I think Dweezil, maybe we'll put that in the suggestion box. Anyway, Frank Zappa said, every socialistic type of government produces bad art, produces social inertia, produces really unhappy people, and it's more repressive than any other kind of government. I want to focus on, so the bad art part, right? That's why China has 1.4 billion people and no good bands. But I want to focus here on produces social inertia and produces really unhappy people. In Iran, same thing, right? So this is every socialistic type of government. Similar here, right? The Iranian government has done this to the people of Iran for 40 years. And the 30-year-olds are sick of it. Remember yesterday we talked about how 60% of the country is under the age of 30. Now yesterday we shared the story of Kamia Alizadeh. She was Iran's only medal winner in the 2016 Olympics. She won a bronze in Taekwondo. So she defected this last weekend. And we read a little bit of a quote of hers, but I just came across this one after the show. So this is worth sharing again. She said, I turned my back because I am a human and I want to stay a human. Right? Remember that Frank Zappa quote, right? Produces social inertia, produces really unhappy people, and is more repressive than any other type of government. And that's what she was experiencing. I turn my back because I am a human and I want to stay a human. In your male-dominated and female-oppressing minds, I just think of all the activists here in America. Like, yeah, you go, sister. America is male-dominated and female-oppressing. And she's like, no, you idiots. Not America. Iran. You always thought, oh, Camilla's a woman and will not speak. But my tortured soul will no longer serve your filthy political endeavors, nor your dirty economic dealings. I got to write this one down. If I ever have to do a dramatic quitting of my job, that's going to be my go-to. You can't fire me. I quit. Oh, and by the way, My tortured soul will no longer serve your filthy political endeavors. And then I storm out of them. So we shared that yesterday. So we shared Hirsch quote yesterday. But how about that? That takes it to the next level. And then I don't know if we shared yesterday now, but 2 news anchors have quit their jobs from the Iranian state-owned news channel. One of them said, it was hard for me to believe that our people had been killed. She's talking about the plane crash. Forgive me that I got to know this late, and forgive me for the 13 years that I told you lies. And then another anchor said, thank you for your support. I announced that after 21 years of working in radio and TV, I cannot continue to work in the media. I cannot. And not because, it's hard to wake up early in the morning and I want to spend more time with my family. No, it's because I'm not going to lie anymore to you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do the bidding of this regime anymore. So these 2 news anchors quit, and I'm sure we're going to see more. The whole thing's falling apart.